Hello, welcome to the forum on discrete trial training and autism spectrum disorder. My name is Andrea Blickenstaff and I am your first presenter. Students with autism can have deficits in several areas that can affect both their personal and academic lives. Social skills, language and communication skills, delayed behavioral and cognitive skills. All of these affect social and emotional well-being and their academic performance. If a child does not feel included, they can close themselves off emotionally, which can directly and indirectly affect their academic performance. Learning academic and social skills can be just a regular everyday milestone, some achievement, a small achievement for neurotypical children. However, learning academic and social skills are significant milestones for children with ASD, autism spectrum disorder. Training for parents and teachers, multiple strategies, indirect influence of the general education teacher are the main topics of discussion for today. The use of discrete trial training for students with autism spectrum disorder will target and teach specific academic and social skills for general education classroom academic performance, inclusion, and collaboration. The National Research Council has identified several critical features for appropriate intervention for children with ASD. Active engagement in intensive instructional programming, repeated teaching opportunities centered on one-to-one instruction or small groups, and low student-to-teacher ratio are a few of the proven components found to be critical and that DTT incorporates. Discrete trial training is focused, targeted teaching for behavioral and academic skills. DTT has been proven effective across many studies over the last several decades. There are a few caveats to DTT. Teachers sometimes are not properly trained. Inclusion and resource teachers not trained and not sure how to support the student when in their class, for example, with prompt fading. So they might not be even involved in the discrete trial training process and might not know how to support that child when they come into their class. And while DTT can assist in classroom management, students who are in DTT are less likely to interact with peers in inclusion classrooms. So they're learning the social skills to interact with these peers, but researchers haven't figured out why they aren't using those skills to in fact interact with the peers. DTT is composed of 5 components. Number 1 is the cue, or the stimulus, or the antecedent. Number 2 is the prompt, where the teacher is assisting the child either verbally or physically, pointing or gesturing. 3 is the response. 4 is the consequence. 5 is the inter-trial interval, which is the time between trials, which is usually 1 to 5 seconds. These components are what make up a simple discrete trial. Evidence has shown that adjusting these a bit can improve the task performance of the student. One improvement is moving from conventional to progressive DTT. Conventional DTT is very simple. You use one-word instructions and the tasks are usually just one step. Progressive uses complex language and more involved tasks. The progressive approach also encourages what is called teaching to a busy classroom, and that is the big goal. The goal for DTT with teaching behavioral skills is to teach the child with ASD to be able to interact with their friends, their peers, classmates in a collaborative and meaningful way. Sometimes this can happen in a busy classroom. Sometimes children with ASD have anxiety and they aren't sure how to interact with kids when there's a lot of chaos or what they view as chaos going on around them, when really it's just a regular busy classroom. And so one of the goals needs to be that teachers are teaching these discrete trial trainings to the students and progressively getting into a more busy classroom setting so they can transfer those skills successfully over to the general education classroom. Some researchers believe and have proved that stimulus prompts are more successful than response prompts. They believe this to be the case because when you introduce a new stimulus, there are no previous conditions on that stimulus, whereas with response prompting, you have already been conditioned with the stimulus. The stimulus prompt is believed to be valid because the condition is taken out of it. The method of enthusiastic praising when a student correctly completes a task has been shown to improve performance as well. The teacher's tone of voice, eye contact, hand gestures, body language, all of that showing enthusiasm and praise when they answer something correctly or complete a task, all of that has been shown to give significant improvement to the student. There are cases of students with ASD who started the Levis program at age 2 and showed significant gains in social and academic skills, even improving their IQ scores, some by as much as 20 points. The Levis program is an intense DTT intervention form for kids ages 2 to 8. A big part of DTT is training. Both teachers and parents need to be properly trained in DTT delivery. Studies have shown that delivering a step incorrectly in DTT is just as detrimental as omitting that step. Teachers and parents need to realize the weight of the importance of DTT and the effects it can have long-term on a child, and delivering the intervention consistently and with integrity will support the child to the fullest extent. The final piece of discussion for the success of DTT is that of the general education classroom teacher. Teachers have superpowers. Just by walking into a room, they can change the mood of that room, either good or bad. Social dynamics of a classroom can shake out quickly at the beginning of the year. Students with disabilities are often more likely to be left out of social groups. Teachers can help by first understanding their role in supporting the student with special needs and quietly giving that support. Also, teachers need to have expectations and rules and inclusion opportunities for all of the students in their class. And they need to be intentional with this. Studies have also shown that teachers who can create opportunities for students to ask questions have a higher percentage of engagement in their classroom from students with ASD. It's called pivotal response, and teachers can use this type of teaching to get students engaged. And that is the goal, to support all students in their academic endeavors. Students with ASD are emotional, engaging, and capable, no matter what their intelligence tests conclude. Creating an environment to help them succeed and meet them where they are at is crucial in their development. Thank you.